It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Now, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets. And every single week, you gotta pick this.
I think it's finally time. I think it's time to flow. I think it's time to start this podcast so they can know the right tips and strategies that bring success. It calls heaven on earth and our busyness. But this is all true because he changed the game and brought the kingdom to every soul representing his name. Now position yourself in him to be blessed and bring heaven on earth in your busyness. It's about that time and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets. And every single week you gotta pick this. It's about that time and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets. And every single week you gotta pick this.
Welcome to Kingdom Marketing Secrets, where you'll hear the best tips, tactics, and takeaways, and any other cool words starting with T, so you can advance your business online the Kingdom way. Welcome your host, Christopher Harold.
Yo, what's going on? What's happening, y'all? It's your host with the most, Mr. OD himself, Mr. Over Deliverer, your Kingdom Marketing Superman, and the founder of God's Masterpiece Academy and Kingdom Business Success Formula, my friend. And guess what? We are here for episode 78 of the Kingdom Marketing Secrets podcast. I can't never get enough of that theme song. That's got to be if y'all did a vote of the number one theme song for podcasts, where would you rank that song? Kingdom Marketing Secrets. Come on now, guys. It has to be the top one. I'm not just saying it because I made the track, made the lyrics, did everything together. But it's a banging track, right? It gets you ready, it gets you hyped up for this podcast. And I'm glad that you're here, my friend. Welcome again. Episode 78. Wow. Got some really good topic for you today, my friend. It's your first time checking me out. Definitely show me some love by subscribing to this podcast. Leave a review. Your reviews are very important, my friend. And hey, share it with others as well. Share the love with others as well. And tell them you got to be a part of the Kingdom Marketing Secrets podcast today. It has to be one of the fastest growing, Christ-centered entrepreneur podcasts today, right? I know it is. Cool. So thank you, man, for being here. I appreciate you guys for being here. And episode 78, I'm going to talk about the true gift that makes room for you. The true gift that makes room for you. And what I'm talking about today is actually, it's going to be a little bit of a topic, an excerpt from my upcoming book, Kingdom Affirmations, that'll be here really, really soon. Stay tuned. I'll let you know when this book is ready. It's going to blow your mind. But, and on one of my, a couple pages in my book, I talked about this topic here. And what I'm going to share with you today, it might challenge some things you've been taught. Because I have to say this right now, just because we can quote verses, and I can quote a lot of Bible verses from Genesis to Revelation, it does not mean we truly understand what the verses are saying. It does not mean that we understand the context of them, right? Sometimes we can understand something and teach it incorrectly. And what I'm going to share with you today is a verse from the Bible that 99% of believers today have been taught incorrectly. And I love this verse. I've taught it incorrectly because even when you teach it incorrectly, it still makes sense. However, we always want to make sure that we understand the original intention of each verse so we can apply it appropriately, right? So this verse here is coming from Proverbs 18:16. And it says, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Now, you probably heard that verse before. I've taught this verse before. I've taught this inside my Money and Marketing Masterclass, right? And I've had friends who taught it. Other people, we have taught this verse, that a man's gift will make room for him. And we were thinking and assuming, for the most part, that gift there meant talent, abilities, or maybe some kind of spiritual endowment, right? We all have, right? I guarantee that's what you thought as well. And I see people today still talking about this out there, and they're talking about your talents and abilities or some kind of spiritual endowment. And that sounds great, right? It's popular today. Well, like I said, when I first read it and began to read this verse, I, like many others, misinterpreted too. See, many teach the word gift here used in this verse as talent, ability, or spiritual endowment. But after careful research and study that I've done, I've discovered that even though that sounds cool, that sounds great, and it may be true that your talents and abilities can help you appear in front of great people, that was not the original intention of the author who wrote it. And ironically, the author who wrote this verse was also a king. See, if you guys have listened to episode 71 of the Kingdom Marketing Secrets podcast, go check out that episode. It's called Kingdom Protocols. And I taught something that very few people know, especially those who live in the Western part of the world, and especially those who subscribe or ascribe to the Western version of Christianity, right? It's a powerful episode. It will transform you. Listen to that after this episode, all right? Now, in that episode, I reveal some things that most people don't truly clearly understand and know. And when it comes to the Bible, see, in the Bible days, check this out. In the Bible days, the whole concept from Genesis to Revelation is written under a kingdom concept. See, we today live under a democracy. And that's why most of the stuff that's taught today in Western Christianity is skewed, because we don't have the right mentality to read it. So we can read something and take it out of context. Case in point, I'm going to talk about this word here in this verse here that we teach. Now, this word gift, check this out. In the actual Hebrew, look it up. It actually means a present or a bribe or some type of financial endowment. It does not mean your talent or ability or even some spiritual gift, because you don't see anywhere in Proverbs or anywhere in the Old Testament talking about spiritual gifts, right? But you see throughout Proverbs, you see throughout Genesis and Revelation, this word gift being used as a present or some type of financial endowment, right? See, in the Bible days, it was customary for gifts and presents or financial endowments to be made to seek the favor or approval of blessing of a king or great men. Check this out. If you wanted to come in the presence of someone great, you brought them a gift, a present. In fact, check out Proverbs 17:8, Proverbs 19:6, Proverbs 21:14, Genesis 32:20, Genesis 33:10, Genesis 43:11, 1 Samuel 25:27. All the first Kings, all the second Kings, and throughout the scriptures, you will see that this gift giving was a normal standard and practice, and it was expected for all to do, especially if you wanted to get the attention of great men. Even Queen Esther. Read that. Even in the book of Psalms, God, the King of Kings himself says, he tells us to do what? To enter his gates with a thank offering. Meaning that you don't come into the presence of a king empty-handed. Let me ask you a question. When Jesus was just the baby, King Jesus was just the baby, did 3 wise men come to him empty-handed? Think about that. No, they did not. 3 wise men came to him with what? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Some very expensive gifts. Not no cheap stuff you're going to find at the dollar store. Right? This is not no dollar store stuff. We're talking about gold, frankincense, and myrrh was presented to a baby king, the King of Kings. See, unfortunately, in our Western world, and especially in the Western version of Christianity, this Christian religion, hardly this concept is not taught. It's not understood, and people don't really understand royal protocol and kingdom protocols, right? See, if you and I begin to see one another as kings and queens, which we are, we will never come into each other's presence empty-handed, right? See, the best thing that you get from Christianity is that you may see one another brothers and sisters. And I don't know about you, but most brothers and sisters, every time they see each other, are not coming with nice gifts, right? But see, it's time for a paradigm shift. See, we need to experience a paradigm shift and begin to graduate from just being a Christian and move to being a kingdom citizen and begin to see each other as royalty, right? And then you begin to naturally practice these type of royal protocols. What I'm saying is foreign to most. But also the value of the gift that you give to someone, determines the value of that person. So when it says a man's gift shall make room for him and bring him for great people, it meant a present. It meant something financially. If you wanted to get the attention of a king or someone great, you didn't come to that person empty-handed. That's what it meant here. That's the true gift that makes room for you. That's the real and true gift that makes room for you. See, it's amazing once you begin to understand this stuff in the Hebrew. Because the English doesn't do justice. Now, I wish